Race Rabidal, mga madlang people sa lahat. We'll be there, Landerberg on schedule, and 4 o'clock we will be after, we'll be on schedule, we are waiting. We start at 5 o'clock in the morning, we'll be start, and the evening dito, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, para sa lahat ng madlang. We'll be there, Landerberg, we'll be there. Pasaya Stanley, Excelsia!
Yay! Palakpakan naman natin si Zorro. Ayan!
Tonight, it's all about the UAAP men's basketball finals. UP fight, one big fight. This is breaking news. I'm Pia Ontiveros.
I'm Andre Felix. UP fight, one big fight. That's right, Pia. Basketball championship. One big story tonight. And thank you for having us here, Pia.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Andre, of course, the sports anchor. And of course, Mikey Reyes is here with us. He's a former Fighting Maroon and now sports analyst for CNN Philippines. So UAAP fans tuned into their screens. Take a look at this. Well, we showed it to you a while ago. Showed it again. This viewing party in UP Diliman, Quezon City. Students, most of them wearing maroon shirts, of course, gathering at the Sunken Garden. Inside the Ateneo de Manila University campus along Katipunan Avenue, the Rizal Library is jam-packed with students cheering for their team. But all eyes on Game 2 of this so-called Battle of Katipunan. Let us get the latest from the Big Dome. Our Pauline Versosa is there. Pauline, how is the game going? Pauline? Well, anyway, while we're waiting for Pauline to get on the line, Andre, what's going on? Third quarter now?
Third quarter, 5 minutes to go. It's 59-46. Ateneo with a 13-point lead. They just crossed the timeline right now. It's their ball. There's a foul called on UP. Pia, let's start with the game that didn't start on time. It was supposed to start at 4 o'clock.
What happened?
Mikey, you saw what happened. There was some controversy with Bright Akweti. He sustained that injury.
Right, in the last game. No? So what happened? What was the delay all about? There was a little bit of a discussion, right, between Tab Baldwin and someone from UP?
Coach Bo and Coach Ricky. But we all know what happened to Bright Akweti during that first game. And coming into this game, he needed to wear that brace, according to his doctor, to be able to play at a high level, or at least close to 100%. But FIBA rule says you cannot wear anything that may hurt the other team, the other players.
So a steel brace.
Yes.
And the steel brace could hurt someone else.
So that was the problem. But then, after a while, Coach Tab Baldwin didn't let it happen, didn't let Bright play. They told, you could hear him on air that it's not our fault, so we have to go on with the game. So Bright was forced to take off the brace, but with adrenaline rush and when the game was going, you could see that Bright was trying his best to give it all out there for the UP.
Yeah, well, the UP Fighting Maroons right now trying still their best. And we're going to go now to Pauline Versosa. She's there right now. Pauline?
That's right, Pia. The Blue Eagles are now up by 13 points over the Fighting Maroons, 59-46, and that's after they launched a massive 12-9 run to open the third quarter. Now at the end of the first half, Ateneo already had an 11-point advantage, 48-37, as they had full control offensively. They kept the Maroons at bay throughout the first two quarters, where they even led by as many as 50 points. Ateneo used a strong inside presence behind Angelo Kwame as they scored 24 big points inside the paint versus limiting UP to just 12 in that area. Ateneo also out-hustled UP with 30 rebounds versus just 18 for the Maroons. Now at the end of the first half, 30 Rabiano has already scored 17 points for the Blue Eagles, while Angelo Kwame also added a double-double, 10 points and 14 rebounds, while Juan Gomez Deliano leads UP with 13 points. So far, Ateneo has just been outclassing the Fighting Maroons in Game 2 of the finals. After all, this is a close-out game for them as they are on the brink of a second straight championship and their 10th title if they win against UP tonight. But if UP mounts a huge comeback here in the second half, they will be extending the final series until Game 3 on Saturday.
All right, we're going to go back to Pauline Versosa in
Arenetta Coliseum.
Yeah, at the Araneta Coliseum. But first, Andre and Mikey, you know, you're the basketball expert, so I'm just a fan.
Well, we both are. Mikey used to play in the UAAP. So I think
and
among the
then
three of us,
we don't play, no? But
yeah, just fans. That's
okay.
right.
Big fans. But well, let's begin with this, no? How you know, going into Game 2, there's a lot of expectation. I mean, well, on social media, no, a lot of UP alumni saying, "Hey, give it to us," you know, bigyan niyo naman kami, di ba? Di ba, Mikey, tama?
KJ yung mga tenista.
Ay, gano'n. Mga tenista. Who you talking
Oo nga,
about?
I'm in the wrong table right now. 2-on-1 ang nangyayari ngayon.
Hindi naman.
No, but let's talk about that. What Pia was mentioning, Mikey, in social media, this has been the talk of the Philippine community, basketball community. Kahit saan ka pa, talagang pinag-usapan Ateneo UP. And of course, sinasabi nga, kapitbahay school naman tayo, bakit hindi bigay sa UP? But what do you think, Mikey, especially after watching that first half as well?
Well, that's the biggest difference between during my time. My time, we didn't have social media. Now it's everyone just.
Your
really
time is what
talking
year
about.
again?
2009.
Okay.
Not a long time. Not really a long time ago.
Nag-umpisa pa lang Facebook nun, ganun. Okay.
So my last playing year was in 2014. So Twitter was just starting. It wasn't really that big yet. Now it's just everything, everywhere. You know, Instagram, Twitter. You know, everything about the UAAP. Every little thing that you do will be seen on social media. So I think that's the biggest advantage, but can also be a disadvantage when you talk about the UAAP or basketball in general. But in that first half, 30 Ravenna, used to the spotlight, that big start by 30. He actually had 16 points of Ateneo were scored or assisted by 30 Ravenna in that first quarter against 13 points from the whole UP team. And when 30 Ravenna gets going for Ateneo, especially not only on the offensive end, he creates for his teammates, he plays defense, and giving that ball up to his teammates for easy baskets gives everyone the confidence that they need.
So there was a lot of focus on 30 Ravenna, like you're saying now. But when you talk about the team itself, no, the entire team, so teamwork talaga, hindi ba?
That's right, Pia.
When you compare the Ateneo and the UP teams.
Well, because...
Can you do that?
Like kanina no first half, grabe, Ateneo was shooting the lights out. You mentioned 30 Ravenna, but I think I have to agree with Pia. It's a team effort of Ateneo, especially evident in those first two quarters, Pia. They were shooting 45% from the field as compared to a dismal 35% only for UP as a team.
So it's really that team defense that Coach Tab Baldwin put in with Ateneo. It's really the discipline, because usually you always talk about the offensive end, but it's really the defense that Ateneo has shown, especially in this final series, that kept Paul Desiderio, Juan Gomez de Leon. Even if Juan Gomez de Leon had a big first half, he had a 17 points, 16 points, pero yun yung naging problema because of how the defense of Ateneo makes it tough for everyone on the UP side. That's why Ateneo had a big advantage.
Kasi hindi ba yung mga fans na saying, for example, UP fans saying 32 years, give us a chance, ganon. yung pag nung nanalo ang UP against Adamson, di ba, ang taas kaagad ng expectation na parang, we can do this. Tapos game 1, hindi. Pagbigyan nyo kami. Is that enough to propel a team to the championship for the UAAP finals?
They somewhat parang minadali nila yung process. Because the process, slowly but surely, we knew that UP was on the rise. And then before this season, everyone was talking about next season because the entry of some big names in Richie Rivero, in Kobe Paras. So this season, we were looking forward to a Final Four appearance. So when we entered the Final Four, everyone was like, okay, panalo na. And then when we got through the Final Four and we entered the finals, dun medyo, okay, wait lang, baka kaya. Makakaya nga natin, because the way they've been playing, especially in that second round and in that Final Four, you could actually believe, they gave you a reason to believe that maybe they can win it all. But Ateneo is just really a different beast compared to Adamson.
If Ateneo wins Game 2 tonight, or like people say on our hope, some people hoping, of course, na mag Game 3 tayo, no, and then let's say manalo Ateneo doon, ang mangyayari noon, this will be the third back-to-back, no?
It will be
tama, third
another
back to
yes
back.
kasi after that 5
And this is not even counting the 5-peat, diba?
Yes, that's right.
By the way, yung
Kasi mga atinista kasi
I'm sorry. No,
Kami
I'm
first
so
time
sorry.
in 32 years.
Okay. No, it's just that di ba, I was in college nung first back-to-back eh. Anyway, never mind.
By the way, the score,
Okay.
Pia, is 68 to 52. We're still in the third quarter.
Okay.
It's 2 minutes left in the third. Earlier, we asked you on social media and our social media pages at SportsSPH, what will be the result of Game 2 of the UAAP Men's Basketball Finals? Now, all votes have been casted in on Twitter. 60% of the respondents want UP to force a rubber match against
rubber match?
Ateneo.
Game 3.
Game 3, a do or die game. But the rest, Pia, sabi ng iba naman, they want Ateneo, the Blue Eagles, to claim their second straight UAAP title this afternoon.
Or this evening.
Same results as well on our Facebook poll. 67% say UP will force a do or die Game 3. The league's individual awards have been handed out ahead of Game 2 of the finals. UP big man Bright Acueti is this year's most valuable player, while Ateneo's Angelo Kwame was named Rookie of the Year. So let's talk about that. Mikey, how big of a deal that is? Bright Acueti getting that MVP award, although they are down right now, but getting that award.
Well, Bright Acueti.
We'll do that after the break. Mikey, continue that after the break.
We've got more UAAP men's basketball action after the break. Like Andrew was saying, later we take you to both sides of Katipunan, where the Ateneo and UP communities awaiting their fate. This is Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines. Breaking news still here in CNN Philippines, the UAAP Finals, Game 2 between Ateneo and UP. Andre, third quarter.
That's right, Pia. At the end of the third quarter, Ateneo still ahead, 70 to 56, heading into the fourth and final quarter.
16 points ang lamang.
16-point lead, 14-point lead for Ateneo.
And of course, Mikey's.
Mikey Reyes,
have to
former
rub it in.
UAAP Fighting Maroon is here.
You guys don't have to rub it in.
No, we're not. Not at
No,
all.
it's all
Okay,
good.
you know, we're still closely monitoring Game 2, like we were saying, the UAAP finals at the Araneta Coliseum, but we're also keeping tabs on the viewing parties at the UP community in Diliman, Quezon City, State University, of course, fighting for a do-or-die Game 3. We have Trisha Terada there. Trisha, how are the fans taking this game right now?
Well, Bia, definitely the game is not yet over, and UP is still in high spirits for the Battle of Katipunan. But win or lose, they say it's all okay. UP alumni, students, and supporters we spoke with tell us that whatever the results may be, it's all good. They're already grateful that we've reached this far. Loud cheers, screams, and applause fill the air every time UP gets a shot. And we're still here at the UP Sunken Garden, the biggest viewing venue for UP Diliman, at least for today's match. We have a mixed crowd here from students, alumni, young and old, and it has become a family affair and reunion for many. Some came from abroad and are here for vacation, and they're just glad and as excited to be part of this UP's achievement. It's a tension-filled moment for the crowd here. We can hear mixed emotion for every shot and miss. Now, with UP still trying to catch up down to the fourth quarter, the team is still very optimistic. But then again, they say whatever the result may be, it's all good. What's important is that the team has given its best to reach this far. Pia?
All right, let's now head on over. Thank you, Trisha Terada. Let's head on over to the Ateneo. All eyes on the game. Paulo Barcelon there, joining us by phone. Paulo, describe the atmosphere there.
Well, Pia, the Rizal Library may be cold, but there's no stopping people from reacting to the heat of the moment, as Ateneo is waiting in bated breath as it's all going down to the wire, and we're waiting for the result of Game 2 between the Blue Eagles and the UP Fighting Maroons in the finals of the UAAP Season 81 Men's Basketball Tournament. Since early this afternoon, Pia, viewing parties have been set up in the Ateneo campus to allow members of the community to watch the game live. I'm here at the Rizal Library right now, where students and faculty have clumped over tables and even floor mats just to get a glimpse of the game. The same mood can be said for those who watch the game from the Gonzaga cafeteria, where another live viewing party is set up. Some Ateneo faculty members and students told me that it's the midst of what they call Hell Week here at the university. It's a week loaded with deadlines and schoolwork before the final exams. But all afternoon long, Pia, they have been waiting and stopped whatever they were doing. And now that the game is down to its final quarter, they're still waiting in anticipation if it's going to be the end of a season champion, or will it be down to one more game for the UAAP title, Pia?
Paulo Barcelon there reporting from the Ateneo de Manila campus. Mikey Reyes still here with us. Andre,
Yes, Pia.
take it away.
Well, as we are in the fourth quarter already, Ateneo still ahead. Pretty much, Mikey Reyes, they have been dominating this game from start until now. Your thoughts on what the game has transpired so far here in Game 2 of the UAP Finals?
Well, it was just that second quarter that UP actually had a good lead in a quarter scoring. It was that 24-23 in that second quarter. But in that first quarter, it was 25-13. And then in that third quarter, again, Ateneo showing up, coming out of the dugout, obviously prepared. They talked about what the adjustments they needed to do. Coach Tab, obviously, with the preparation that he has pre-game and during halftime, is always evident when Ateneo enters the floor in the third quarter. And now in the fourth quarter, it's still all Ateneo that's really performing here in the game too.
At this time, Mikey, can you say that Ateneo will win this game?
Well,
or
they
is
have
it still
to.
too early?
It's still too early.
Still too early,
basketball to
8
be
minutes
played.
to go,
8 minutes to go.
75-58. Yeah, adding to what Pia asked you, Mikey, is it safe to say this is Ateneo's championship to win?
It's their championship to win and the championship to lose, because right now they're leading big. All they have to do is to maintain and sustain this energy, this lead. And you know, UP, it's their first time in the finals after 32 years. Obviously, they don't have that experience to come back in a game like this. And Ateneo, that's when Ateneo should clamp down on the UP Fighting Maroons and take out the sixth-man effect of the UP crowd. Because if they enter Game 3 and they don't want to go up against a crowd like that, because that crowd just gives so much energy to the boys of UP.
You use the word maintain, no? Parang sustaining that energy all throughout the game. And the players are, ano ba yung term na yun? Parang pinipacing sila, no?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Parang they're spread out well, ganon.
Pero
ano?
yun ang kagandahan.
Pero parang sa UP, parang merong mga...
Yeah, there's Juan Gomez de Leaño, there's Paul Desiderio. I think tama dahil yung Ateneo, they're spreading the wealth here offensively and defensively. Yes, Mikey.
That's the biggest difference between Ateneo and UP. With UP, you already know Bright, Paul, the Gomez de Leaño brothers. With Ateneo, obviously you talk about Ange Kwame, you talk about Third Ravenna, but everyone from when you look at their lineup from top to bottom, kumbaga walang any one of them can start for another team. So I think that's the biggest thing. Now that you're telling me that you pace these guys, yes, you pace them, you give them a few minutes, and in those few minutes, they know what to do, they know their roles. Kaya mas talaga na sustain for 40 minutes ang Ateneo yung laro nila.
As we speak, it is already 8 minutes still left here in the fourth and final quarter. Yes, it is an 18-point lead. Tyler Teo just knocked down a free throw there. And like what Mikey did mention kanina, Pia, it's not just 30 Ravenna, Angelo Kwame, there's Tyler Teo, Jolo Mendoza, SJ Belangel provided some spurt in the first half.
Mikey, what do you need to do if you were, well, the coach or on the coaching team? What would you need to do or what would you want to do para mahabol mo to?
Well, for UP,
pwede ba? Is there something you can say?
Oh yeah, for UP, you just have to really play defense, because sometimes they're getting easy shots. You're talking about Ateneo, they're getting open baskets from the outside, but you also have to pick your poison, because if you go out too much to the shooters, then the lane will be open for 30 Ravenna, for Ange Kwame. The same way that if you clog down on the lane, ma-open naman sin Anton Asisio from the outside. So, ganun talaga kahirap kalaban natin. And sometimes you just have to hope that they miss.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mikey, to cut you, but another big three here from 30 Ravenna, Pia.
So, 21 points ang lead.
21-point lead, 79 to 58 with 7 minutes remaining.
Di pa ba natin isasara yung TV?
Sa'yo na nanggaling yan. Sa'yo na nanggaling yan.
Kanina I was saying na hindi naman ako basketball expert. I'm just a fan. I am from Ateneo. And to me, there's a lot of nostalgia here. Yeah. Earlier na nga nabanggit na natin, di ba? Yung the first back-to-back championship, that was when I was in college. No? I mean,
with the likes of Olsen Racela.
Yeah, Olsen Racela.
The dad of
Jet
Ray Rances, Jet Nieto. Parang 30 years ago pa yon. Oh my God. Okay.
The dad of the twins.
Well, then I wasn't in college na nung isa pang championship, tas nag 5-peat, and then isa pang champion, gano'n ano. Parang there's a lot of school pride involved.
I
So
was-
when Athenians say kasi one big fight or marry for you
Yes.
or AMDG, talagang
Magis.
ganun.
Well, I'm also from Ateneo actually. I spent 8 years in Ateneo in grade school, so I know all about the love or the support that Ateneo gives to the Blue Eagles. And since the time of I was watching si Enrico Villanueva, Rich Alvarez, that was his time actually.
That was a 2002
What year?
champion team.
2000.
2002 champion team.
Okay, oo.
Like what you mentioned, si Enrico Villanueva, Rich
Season
Alvarez,
65.
Wesley Gonzalez, L.A. Tenorio, Larry Fonacher.
Ngayon naman, when you talk about UP, sina Benji Paras, Ronnie Magsanok, those are the
Right,
guys you
right.
talk to when you
Altamirano.
Altamirano.
Oh, but when you mentioned the word support, now there is also support now for the UP team, right?
Now it's
I mean,
crazy.
it's coming in.
Yes,
Parang all of a sudden there are big business people who realize that this can be a good thing.
Yeah, well, it was actually started during my year, 2014. That's where the group of Nowhere to Go But Up came in. And then when they came in, we won that one game. They hosted that bonfire. Doon nagsimula na feeling nila, okay, we can actually invest in this team because we know there's talent. And because the investments are coming in, the support is coming in. Big names from high school, from other schools, they see UP as a destination
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
So-
Well, in a way, you get what you pay for.
Oh, yeah.
If you want
Yes.
something to work, you gotta put money in it,
yes.
right?
That's the
Yeah, so it is a promising team.
Oh,
And
yeah.
not just because of the two new players that could be or are coming in next year, no, but because of the team as it is now.
And what they have achieved right now. That's right. I think
nakapasok sa
it's a finals.
Yes. Yeah, yun ang sasabihin kasi ngayon ng mga taga-UP. Pumasok tayo ng finals, darating pa si Kobe, darating pa si
Richie
Richie.
Rivero.
And then, ang aalis dyan, well, it's a big, obviously, Atinto, Mr. Paul Desiderio won't be there next year, but June Manso is gonna be there, Bright Acueti, Juan Gomez Tiliano, Javi Gomez Tiliano. So, the future is bright really for UP, and especially with the achievement that they have now, they have that momentum coming into next year.
You mentioned Paul Desiderio. Let's talk about him. How crucial was his role as his team captain, right? No?
It's safe to say he is the heart and soul.
Oh
of this
yeah,
UP
oh
team.
yeah. Especially emphasize on the heart because the heart in this kid, I've seen him grow up in front of me. He came from Cebu, I believe. Doon ako medyo Cebu, tama, di ba? So he came from Cebu. He was actually there. His first year was a 0-14 record.
Yeah.
That was also, I was there with him. And I saw how this guy just really worked hard. He had problems in the province for a while. He sat out a year and then he came back. He was actually recruited by other schools. He was offered,
But he chose to stick it out.
he
with
chose to
UP.
stick it out. With
Paul Desiderio was offered even a lot, like huge amounts of money as well from other schools. But he chose UP. He went to UP, and look at where this man is right now.
Yeah,
He brought the team to the finals.
Oh yes, the loyalty nanggaling kay Paul because he was so loyal to UP. Now the whole UP community just sees him as a legend, and a lot of people are talking about renaming the gym to Paul Desiderio.
Wow. Okay.
He has really
Siguro naman hindi baka yung statue of Legend si Paul Desiderio yun.
Kaya talagang win or lose in this finals, he has really just cemented himself in the history of UP and the UAAP.
It sounds just like Ateneo. Atenista ka rin pala. Win or lose, it's the school you choose. But anyway, pero, teka, I was going to ask about Paul. I mean, he does have that appeal also. Huh?
Yung
And then, siya yung ano, di ba? Yung Atinto.
Papasok to. Atinto, papasok to.
Papasok.
actually
Atinto.
started, I think, 2 years ago.
Last year, against
last
UST.
year. That
Last
first
year,
game
oo.
last year, there was a timeout. It was a tie ball game, and we heard him on air. He said, the play was drawn up for him. Then he said, "Atinto papasok to."
Yeah.
So that's how it started, and it just blew up to how it is right now.
And then in the game between UP and Adamson, he said the same thing. He mouthed
Atinto.
those words.
Lahat
He
talaga
was
ngayon
about to shoot the
Atinto. And then you
basket.
see shirts all around UP, Atinto. Talagang yun yung naging battle cry. And Atinto reflects to life itself, not just on the court.
Actually, Pia, nagustuhan ko nga dun sa atin to. It's a feel-good story, as you would say. Kasi, ano yung kinikwento mo, Mikey, na even for a job interview,
For me, Atinto is just, it's not only to players, it actually reflects or it touches a lot of other people. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do. Like I was telling Andre, whether you'd be in the office and you're working for a promotion and then suddenly you doubt yourself, Atinto. So I think it's really the
Nililigawan
reason
ka?
to, may nililigawan ka, feeling mo out of your league, wala kang chance. Atinto yan. So it's really that reason to believe, and even though the doubters are ganging up on you, or even yourself, you start doubting yourself, you have to believe that Atinto kaya pa. And that's the reason that that's what Paul Desiderio gave to the whole UP community.
Claiming ownership of, if not a championship,
Oh,
at
yeah.
least reaching the finals, claiming ownership of, well, I mean, it's like Grabe yung school spirit ngayon ng UP.
Grabe.
Wow.
And it's all over the country. It is nationwide. Of course, from all the campuses in Diliman, in Manila, in Baguio, in Cebu, in Los Baños. Everyone coming together. This basketball team bringing everyone together for the University of the Philippines. But unfortunately, 6 minutes to go, the score is 81-63 in Game 2 of the UAAP Finals. Ateneo still ahead. They have a chance to close out and win another title for Ateneo.
Okay, you're watching CNN Philippines Breaking News. It is the University of the Philippines against the Ateneo de Manila in Game 2 of the UAAP Finals. We'll have more after the break. Stay with us.
Seconds on the shot clock.
Breaking news on CNN Philippines. Let's go back to the Araneta Coliseum. Our Pauline Versosa is there. Pauline, what is the very latest?
Well, that's right, Pia. Here in Araneta, the Ateneo Blue Eagles are still ahead of the UP Fighting Maroons, 86-68, to clinch an 18-point lead with under 5 minutes left in the game. Entering the second half, they had an 11-point lead, by as many as 21 points, as 30 Ravenna led the charge for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. With under 5 minutes left, the Ateneo Blue Eagles are just, minutes away from their 10th championship title and second straight championship in UAAP. But the UP Fighting Maroons are still fighting back, but we'll see later on if they will still be able to even this game out. Yeah.
Pauline Versosa there reporting from the Big Dome, the Araneta Coliseum. It is Game 2 of the UAAP Finals between the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles against the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons. The score right now with 3 minutes and 46 remaining, 89-69, a 20-point lead with Juan Gomez de Liano at the line, 22 markers already for the sophomore guard, who was also part of the mythical team that was announced earlier before the game. A huge crowd in attendance today, Pia, Mikey, 23,471 in attendance at the Big Dome.
What a game. But this is, 20 points ang lamang.
20-point lead, Pia.
And we have like 3.5 minutes to go before the third quarter ends. Kanina, this was like at the start of the third quarter.
Yeah.
We were asking Mikey, may chance pa ba?
Oh. Yeah. We posed that same question again to Mikey. Mikey,
And they were concerned kami.
Mikey,
kumukunti yung oras, tinatanong, may
ito.
chance pa ba? May chance pa?
mathematically,
Malay mo may rally, di ba? Mag-rally yan. You never
Well,
know
we've seen stranger things in the game of basketball. 3 minutes to go, 18-point lead right now. There's a chance mathematically, but when you think about it, you talk about Ateneo, it's just really different kind of this team is just really built to take opponents down, and they don't really take their foot off the gas pedal anytime. During the season, they lost 2 games, but you could see that they're really prepared.
So there's no such thing as yung pakiusapan ka na.
Huwag niyong galingan, please.
Mag-game 3
Pahabulin,
tayo.
pahabulin.
Can you lose tonight?
Yeah, but they really don't want to win.
I don't think Tab Baldwin, head coach of the Ateneo Blue Eagles, will allow that.
Oh, hindi pwede yan. But then, yeah, when you talk about the UP Fighting Maroons, the love that they've had from different walks of life, different. That's the thing about UP. Yung diversity ng mga tao galing sa UP. Like he was saying, from the whole country. May nakikita nga tayo from other countries, may mga nag-UP fight in the snow. Kasi UP is just really that big, that school that, sends people to everywhere. And then now we come as one, cheering for UP here. And then Ateneo was just like the default, naging kontrabida bigla eh.
They're always the protagonists.
Oo eh. Pero Ateneo is lovable. Diba, Coach Tab Baldwin, 30 Ravenna, Matt Nieto. But right now...
May bat siya.
No, right now, he's saying Ateneo.
KJ talaga sila because everyone's just really cheering for UP. But Ateneo needs to do what they have to do. I mean, let's face it, no one ever cheered for Goliath. It's always David that everyone wants to see win. But because Ateneo comes into this matchup, they have to do what they have to do. They have to beat UP by this much, not get to Game 3, not let the crowd come in. But like what we were saying, I was talking about with Andre, the crowd works more for UP than it does against Ateneo, because Ateneo is just really mentally prepared for all of this.
Angelo Kwame is hobbling right now, heading to the bench.
God.
Angelo Kwame, of course, the big man rookie for Ateneo with 2 minutes and 25 remaining in the game. Ateneo still ahead, 91-72, but Ange Kwame in pain right now. Mikey, how big will this be for Ateneo? I know they're still ahead, 19-point lead with 2 minutes remaining, but Angelo Kwame looks like he is hurting right now.
But I think it's just a case of cramps for Ange Kwame. This is when UP would want to, pounce on the inside, especially having MVP. It was just named Bright Akweti down low. Give the ball to Bright habang wala si Ange Kwame. I don't know, maybe a little too late, but maybe there's still just small chance na kaya nating humabol dyan.
We were talking about Tab Baldwin. Can we talk about Bo Perasol? He used to be
the head coach.
Ateneo. What year was that? When was he?
2014, he was still there. 15, he was still there.
Okay. So, and then
this is his third
siya
year actually with
you.
Yeah, 16, 17, 18. This is his third year. He came from Ateneo. A lot of doubters has surrounded Coach Bo Perasol, but the way he has conducted himself, he's more of a motivator. He's more of a player's coach. He will really listen to the guys, what their input can be. Hindi naman siya yung dictator na pagdating, this is what I want, this is what you're gonna do. No, he asks Paul Desider. He has a relationship with all of his players because he knows that he needs his players for them to win. The same way the players also know that we need Coach Bo. Kaya medyo nagiging daddy nila itong si Coach Bo.
So is it all right to say na parang let's say Ateneo wins the championship, no? Either if that's tonight or game 3, no? Can we at least say that Bo Perasol may not have given UP a championship, but in 32 years, he's the guy who brought UP to the finals.
That's why
right?
when I was watching live in the Final Four, then they won. We all knew papasok na sila ng finals. The crowd was full of players, past coaches, past managers, and all of us, kahit kami mga players, sila yung nagdala sa finals.
I think kahit i-backtrack mo nga kahit yung tinalo ng UP, yung Lasal, that was already monumental because they made it to the Final Four. Since 1997, Paulo Mendoza days, Brian Gahol, but now, they made it to the, umiiyak pa nga yung mga players ng UP kasi ang gusto lang naman, no one expected na makakaabot sila sa finals. People were counting them out in the middle of the season. They made it to the Final Four. That was already an achievement in its own for UP, for Coach Bo Perasol. Then they beat Adamson twice with an epic game also. A great play drawn up by Coach Bo to get Bright Akweti open underneath. So, and then dinala mo pa sa final. Sabi mo nga, after 32 years. So, Bo Perasol, in my opinion, did a fantastic job with what he had, especially this season.
Yeah, that's the thing that even us past players, even past coaches, when we talk about it, you can't di po pwedeng baliwalain yung effort na pinasok nung past. Yung mga dark years ng UP because kami, I believe that we had high quality players. We had Woody Ko, we had Mix De Asis, we had Mike Gamboa. These guys were big names coming into college. At naghirap din sila just as much as these guys. And there's that mutual respect between the guys now and the guys before na pare-parehas tayong UP. And we are so happy for these guys. The same way that with Coach Bo gave UP a reason to believe again, di ba? Believe nga yung sinasabi natin. I don't know if we can still believe with 1 minute and 23 seconds after Sergi Ravena.
This is the crowd in UP right now. We're looking at the crowd at the University of the Philippines in Diliman. They are cheering. Almost a minute and 11 seconds to go. 95-76 is the score in the fourth and final quarter. A steal here for the Blue Eagles. And this will hurt badly. Sergi Ravena, what a season for Sergi Ravena here, Mikey. And he just really, people were saying, how can he come out of the shadows of his father, Coach Bong Ravena, of his older brother, Kiefer Ravena, but Sergi Ravena delivering here in the finals and all through season 81.
Yun nga sabi mo, Andre, you would always say that he's the third Ravena after Coach Bong and then Kiefer, but he's the only third Ravena. I don't think Coach Bong nor Kiefer is this athletic and this gifted. His athleticism, his build, the way he attacks the basket, it's just a whole different animal compared to Kiefer. Kiefer's more of a cerebral guy. He knows what to do with the basketball. But this guy right here has cemented himself as well in the Ateneo community, and you can see that. They've worked for this. How many months did they work for this? A year. They waited a year to. And it's
Sergi even sat out 1 year.
Sat out 1 year na sabi daw yung he had problems with his education. But then yun nga, had problems with his education. But what I felt with 30 after that year, because that was the graduating year of Kiefer. So when he came back, Kiefer already has left. So dun pagpasok niya, alam mo na yung buong taon na yon, nagprepare siya to be that go-to guy, that Kiefer, yung upuan ni Kiefer, iiwan ni Kiefer para kay 30. And now looking at this, sina
Juan Gomez de Leon yung nilabas na ni. I think this is the white flag
48
already.
seconds to
Yeah, 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Ateneo looks like, safe to say, they will win another championship, their 10th championship for the Ateneo de Manila University, 97-79 with
10th
42
championship and
seconds.
second back-to-back.
That's right. Another back-to-back for the Blue Eagles. A second title for Coach Tab Baldwin as the head coach of Ateneo. After losing to LaSalle in this first year as the head coach, Mikey, what can you say about Coach Tab Baldwin and what he has done for these Blue Eagles? And what he has instilled, his system for Ateneo, Mikey?
Well, he's just really the architect. That's what they call him. He built this team from scratch. He came in, and these guys right here, most of them are role players, but they became stars in their respective roles because of Coach Tab Baldwin. Tab Baldwin has really introduced his system, both on offense and defense. The discipline of Ateneo individually comes from both offense and defense. Kasi kita mo on defense, they know what to do. Kung may nagpe-pressure, alam nila na kailangan nila magsag. Pag medyo sumag-off yung kumukuha ng bola, kailangan nila dominate. So kitang-kita mo the effect that Coach Tab Baldwin has in the players.
He is hugging Anton Asistio right now. Sorry to cut you there, Mikey.
Graduating.
Of course, graduating. Anton Asistio.
Yeah.
And class act also for UP. Look at the crowd of UP. Now Paul Desiderio goes out as well, and he hugs his coaches.
Yeah. It's one of the more
really
emotional things, when a player is graduating. Yeah.
Yun yung emotional. Kasi yung, sabi mo nga, Pia, yung graduating players, because you've given your, iba to sa pros ang UAAP. Ang pinaglalabanan dito, nabanggit mo nga kanina, Pia, it was a school pride, and you've played for how many years? And to be a student athlete, you know, talagang, that's why emotional for Paul Desiderio to go out of the game with 30 seconds remaining. Anton Asistio, also a graduating player for Ateneo. 20-point lead now here.
We're showing live pictures from UP.
That's right.
We're going to show live pictures from the Ateneo campus also. These are the dying seconds of the game, right?
Yes.
And it is a 20-point lead, a little less by Ateneo.
And Ateneo seems like they will just dribble this one out. And Ateneo will win another UAAP championship. Coach Tab Baldwin, his second for the Blue Eagles, a back. Again, we have this breaking news. The Ateneo Blue Eagles are still kings of UAAP men's basketball. They defeat the UP Fighting Maroons in Game 2 of the finals to claim their second straight title under head coach Tab Baldwin.
This is title number 10, the second back-to-back. The first back-to-back was 87-88 and 89-90.
And then that
long time ago. And then the 5-peat, of course, from 2008 to 2012, 13. Let's now head to Katipunan, where Ateneo students are celebrating. Paolo Barcelon joining us live. Paolo, please tell us what's going on there.
Well, Pia, the mood here in Ateneo de Manila University has just turned from ecstatic to electric as it's title number 10 for the Loyola side of Katipunan as they emerge in the so-called Battle of Katipunan in the UAAP Season 81 Men's Basketball Championship. Joining me now are three of the students I've talked to. We have Josh Aquino, MJ Molik, and Patricia Rillo. Hi, guys. Good evening. You guys are now live on CNN Philippines. Kindly describe to us the mood here in the Rizal Library. How does it feel to have seen Ateneo win again in UAAP Season 81?
It feels very ecstatic. We're all ecstatic here, and back-to-back champions doesn't feel anything better than this.
How about you, Pat? What can you say about this crowd? You have been waiting all afternoon. Kindly tell us, what have you done to watch this game live?
I waited here since 12 so that we could secure a nice spot. And I'm so glad that Ateneo won. It's my first time experiencing a win as an Atenean, and I'm so freaking proud. I'm so proud.
Wow, congratulations, guys. How about you, Josh? Tell us your experience as a sophomore here in the Ateneo de Manila University. How does it feel to see your home team win again?
Well, it's so, well, honestly, I can't even say anything right now. I'm so happy that Ateneo won for the second time. It's our finals week this week, and we really went through a lot just to watch this game. Go Ateneo! One big fight!
Well, there you have it. MJ Molic, Josh Aquino, and Patricia Rillo, three of the students we've talked to over here, said, like I mentioned earlier, Pia, since early this afternoon, viewing parties have been set here in the Ateneo de Manila University campus, here in the Rizal Library. Students, faculty members, and even service personnel have clumped on tables and watched the game, even on floor mats, just to get a glimpse of what's going on in the UAAP Men's Basketball Finals. The same mood as well at the Gonzaga cafeteria, where another live viewing party has been set up. They've told me, like the students have mentioned earlier, that it's Hell Week. It's a week where everybody is busy with deadlines, with all the exams that they're trying to put in. But this win, they say, is surely going to put a whole lot more into their efforts to pass, because some of the students also have been telling me that as a form of celebration, some of the professors have been generous in terms of giving grades. So this isn't just a basketball victory for some of the students here. Some of them believe that it's a way for them to get better grades, to be more motivated like what they do or what their team has done. Ateneo has had 9 men's basketball championships in the college division since 1987, and this year's finals is its 3rd consecutive appearance overall since 2015. This year's squad was led by team captain Anton Asisio, backed up by players including Thirdy Ravena, Mike and Matt Nieto, and UAAP Season 81 Rookie of the Year, Ange Kwame, under the helm of veteran coach Tab Baldwin. That's the latest here in the Ateneo de Manila University Rizal Library. Pia, Andre?
All right, thank you. Paolo Barcelon reporting live from the Ateneo de Manila. At this point, well, after the game, when the game ends, this is when, well, you know, the winning school will break out into song. And this is when the Ateneo community sings the alma mater song. But
again, the final score is 99-81 in Game 2 of the UAAP Finals. Thirdy Ravena leading a squad 38 points, the most points scored in a UAAP Finals game since 2003. When he started this game, he was 4 of 9 from the field. He ended 9 of 9 from the field. Thirdy Ravena leading Ateneo to another championship.
Just really silencing the doubts. Thirdy Ravena, I mean, people will say, hindi, athletic lang siya, mataas lang siya, tumalon, malakas lang katawan niya. But you can't score 38 points with pure athleticism, especially against a team that you're the focus on defense. I'm sure UP continuously reminds themselves na, okay, si Thirdy ang kailangan natin bantayan, because Thirdy creates not only for himself but for his teammates. So I don't think it's sheer athleticism that can give you 38 points. And that's since 2003 when stats started. So hindi natin alam kung kailan pa before that yung last na 38 big points. And I just saw a tweet by his older brother, Kiefer Ravena, na hayop ka boy. And man, Thirdy has just really blossomed into this superstar that we were all expecting and we were all waiting for. But now Thirdy is on the biggest stage of basketball and he has delivered.
It was a tough climb for UP, Mikey, entering that 4th quarter. Ateneo, they're perfect, 14-0 in this season when they are ahead after leading 3 quarters. But still, you know, we talked about it. Ateneo just really dominant. They were really a lot of people assume that they will win. It wasn't easy as well. They dropped 2 games, but what a season here for the Blue Eagles, winning another title, their 10th, another back-to-back, as Pia mentioned earlier. How big of a deal is this for the Ateneo Blue Eagles under head coach Tab Baldwin?
Well, the expectations for this team from the start of the season, let's face it, they competed in the Jones Cup. They competed against national teams from all over Asia, and they gave those teams a hard time, a tough time. Even though they lost a couple of those games, pinahirapan nila itong mga teams. Then you go back to the Philippines, you go up against college teams. Everyone was expecting that Ateneo will take this crown. And then they lost that first game against Adamson. We all knew it was something to do with maybe first game jitters, or medyo maganda talaga yung laro ng Adamson. And we all just expected this to happen. At nakakatawa doon, mas malaking surprise yung nag-finals yung UP kasi yung nag-champion yung Ateneo. So this is something that UP will bring next year, and this is something they shouldn't feel sorry about.
We were talking about it during the break.
Para bang mas unexpected, yung pumasok sa finals ng UP, tapos medyo expected yung
championship ng Ateneo.
We were talking about it during the break. Na it is still an achievement for UP. You mentioned nga since 97, yung huli sila nag-Final Four, 32 years before they went back to the finals, and it is still a great season. And the UP Fighting Maroons should still hold their heads high.
Nothing to be disappointed about. And if anyone says that UP is the laughing stock of the UAAP, those days are long gone. Talking about the UAAP, aabangan mo na itong UP because next year they will be contenders. And not only next, for the upcoming how many years magiging contenders ng UP. So really, nagbago na yung ihip ng hangin sa Diliman. There's excitement back in Diliman when it comes to basketball. Hindi na lang cheer dance ang inaabangan sa UAAP. Ang basketball na ngayon ang inaabangan. For the longest, panahon ko kasi parang yung pep squad lang ang chini-cheer eh.
Baliktad, sa Ateneo
naman. You make it sound like it's so long ago. Nung panahon ko.
Grabe.
Tayo,
exactly.
5 years ago. So this is something that we will carry. And for me personally, just in my lifetime, naabutan ko na umabot sa ganito yung UP. Because the last time they were in the finals, wala pa ako noon.
Hindi ko pa tao noon.
Oo, kayo, nandito na kayo noon. But then for me,
that was the time, of course, Benji Paras, Ronnie Magsanok, Eric Altamirano, who was the MVP in that game, in that season for UP. It was a great UAAP season 81 in the men's basketball tournament as a whole. There were a lot of storylines for this season in the UAAP, and it's really great for Philippine basketball because it brought the country together. We know, we talk about every time Manny Pacquiao has a fight, the world stops in the Philippines. Ganito din yung nangyari ngayon. Tumigil yung mundo.
Ateneo UP game.
Ateneo UP game.
UAAP finals.
Pero magkapit-bahay eh. I mean, let's face it, Mikey, yun nga eh, laging sinasabi, Ateneo, Lasal, Ateneo, Lasal. But now with Ateneo and UP, magkapit-bahay, neighboring schools in Katipunan, looking ahead, can we expect the same thing? I know it's still a long way to go, pero next season, sila din maghaharap?
Pwede din, but then I think we can all agree that this has been the most hyped finals in recent years. Kahit may Ateneo Lasal dati, iba yung Ateneo, iba yung UP. Actually, it's not the Ateneo, it's the UP entering the finals. The hype was there, the excitement was there. I would like to think that UP will be there again next year. I would like to, hope for that, but a lot of players, a lot of teams are preparing as early as now because they know that Ateneo is the standard of the UAAP, and they know that Ateneo is the team they need to beat to get the championship. A lot of storylines like what you said. Aldin Ayo got his first season under his belt with UST. Alvin Pasol just committed back to UE. So maraming mangyayari dyan next year.
Am I right? Well, Ateneo is relatively new to the UAAP. Tama ba yun? Kasi 78 nag-UAAP Ateneo, di ba?
Yeah, there used to be a school in the NCAA.
Yeah. And
the
it was
original
that
rivalry was
San
Beda. Letran and Lasal ang mag-rivalry noon. And then when...
Uso rumble nun.
And then when Ateneo moved to the UAAP, of course, it became an Ateneo and Lasal rivalry for many, many more years. And then, yun nga, pinag-uusapan natin, itong rivalry. Can we say this will be a new rivalry, Mikey, and college basketball, Ateneo and UP?
Pwede. I mean, for the longest time noon, every time Ateneo and UP will go up against each other, it's always the Battle of Katipunan. But
even your time?
Oh, but it was always a, kwentong Battle of Katipunan kuno. Kasi we all knew that Ateneo had the upper hand. But now, Battle of Katipunan, lahat ng tao ngayon sa Katipunan nag-enjoy. And, nag-uusap nga lagi yung mga tenista at UP. Kasi magkatabi lang naman tayo. Nag-aagawan na ngayon ng UP Town, Maginhawa. Bawal na pumunta ng CP Garcia yung mga tenista ngayon eh. Kasi...
Don't we share that same mall? Don't we share that same
UP Town.
And it's the same Katipunan traffic. Anyway, when we return...
Wala na ako sa Ateneo nung...
When we return, we'll have more from the UAAP Game 2 of the finals in Season 81. Stay tuned to CNN Philippines.
Again, our breaking news at this hour here on CNN Philippines.
The Ateneo Blue Eagles winning another championship against the UP Fighting Maroons in Season 81.
This is the second back-to-back, title number 10.
That's right. The score is 99-81. 30 Ravenna top scoring with 38 points, the most points scored in the UAAP finals since 2003 when it started. The UP Fighting Maroons failed to push a do-or-die game They failed to push a do-or-die game, Game 3 against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. And we have Trisha Terada at a viewing party in UP Diliman. Trisha, what's the latest there?
Hanggang saan naabot ang 20 pesos mo?
Well, Pia, it's a game very well played, at least for the supporters of the UP men's basketball team. From start to finish, they are in high spirits. So all support for the UP men's basketball team. And like what they've been saying from the very start of the game, win or lose, it's all good. At least they say they're already grateful that the UP team reached this far. And now we are some of the supporters of the UP men's basketball team to share with us their thoughts about the game 2 of the Battle of Katipunan. So guys, can you share with us what do you think and how do you feel about the game 2 of the battle between Ateneo and UP?
It was the story of the season, in my opinion.
Pikon na pikon po ako. Well, UP has always done well in all other sports in the UAAP, and this time the basketball team did well. That was great, but of course Ateneo has always been good. There were a lot of friendly banter, pero of course my emotions got the best of me. Pikon ako.
Ako buong pusong pasasalamat because before this year, this is not even a reality that we thought possible. So sobrang salamat. It's a privilege that we didn't think we deserve. Even so, thank you sa UP men's basketball team for letting us experience this thrill.
What do you think were the strengths of the UP men's basketball team this season, and what do you think are the things that we can still improve on in the next season?
Well, I think definitely the alumni support made a difference and better facilities. I'm from CHK, so I can say that it has been getting better. Also, training, the recruitment is also very, very good.
Ako puso talaga So many people don't understand the depth of that word. Pero yung puso kasi we're coming from this generation of mga palaban. So the kind of resolve that our team has will carry on sa next year's pa natin. So more to come from UP men's basketball team.
With the performance of the UP men's basketball team this season, what are your prospects for the upcoming season or the upcoming years maybe?
I'm not a sports analyst, but I think that you could see that the school came out in full support. And tama yung sinabi ng friend natin dito. It's the heart, yung puso. You could really see it. I'm an outsider. My wife is from UP, but I love supporting because it's that kind of inclusiveness, that school spirit, that Filipino spirit. And like I said earlier, I think that's what's gonna carry it forward from an outside perspective. So.
Ako, I think yung team kasi yung learning nila, syempre sila yung best na makapagsabi doon. Pero ang learning mas malaki for people who are supporting, for alumni, for sponsors, knowing na this is possible now. So the entire community will be stronger next year, I think.
Yes, I definitely think that with more alumni support, we can get better facilities for the team, trips abroad to train. Yes. Also, the UAAP teams of all other sports are doing well, and we might win the overall championship. So that's also exciting for this season.
All right, thank you very much. So definitely everyone really enjoyed this game. It's been a family affair for many and a reunion for some groups here. And some even brought their children, their pets with them to witness this milestone in UP's history. Some even came from abroad just to witness this event of that the UP team actually got into the finals of the UAP championship. So that's the latest here at the UP Sunken Garden. See you again next season and championship. Back to you.
Trisha Terada there, reporting live from UP Diliman. Let's do a little more discussion before we bring in. We're going to be speaking to General Guillermo Eleazar, who is the chief of the National Capital Region Police Office. Of course, the reason why we're going to talk to him is because in the last few days, he and the Philippine National Police in general, coming out with a warning against scalpers and any possible yung mga manggugulo, no? But before that, let's talk about that, no? Yung mga scalpers, the ticket prices, and then people scrounging around for tickets, lining up for hours just for tickets. This is, you don't see this every day. Right?
And I've never seen this with UP. Because there was a time wherein binibigay na namin yung tickets namin.
Walang may
Hindi pa
gusto
tinatanggap, ayaw pa manood. And now that everyone is just wants to see a glimpse of UP, watch how they perform in the big stage. And I think they also had problems, even with the teams, even with the players, because I saw Paul Desiderio was saying that his family didn't have patron tickets. So I think that's the biggest problem there. The tickets, I don't know how it was spread out, pero yun nga, nahuli yung mga scalpers. I think a few were sent to jail after game 1. So I think that's something that they have to think about, especially in the upcoming years. But I like that reporter, si Tricia, because see you next year daw, see you next year sa championship. So, maasa siyang next year, babalik kami sa finals.
Well, at this point, there's already a warning at the Araneta Coliseum. The UP Fighting Maroons, what a season for the Fighting Maroons. Paul Desiderio playing his final year. They're still being cheered by the crowd at the Big Dome. They are the first runners-up in Season 81 against a tough Ateneo squad. The final score is 99-81. Ateneo bags another back-to-back UAAP title, sweeping the UP Fighting Maroons in the finals. 30 Ravenna, 38 points. When they started the game, he was 4 of 9 from the field. When it ended, it was 9 of 9 perfect from the field. The most points scored, 38 points, 30 Ravenna in the UAAP finals. This was since 2003.
And this is title number 10, of course. The first back-to-back was season 50 and 51, 87-88, 89-90. The third title was in season 65, 2002-2003. And then you had that five-peat, season 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, from 2008 to 2013. And then that eighth title, ito na yung 9th and 10th title, season 80 and season 81.
Under Coach Tab Baldwin, a back-to-back for Coach Tab. Mikey, as we await the Ateneo Blue Eagles being awarded their trophy, and also kung sino yung papagrangalan na Finals MVP, is it safe to say, is it a no-brainer? It's 30 Ravenna?
Bigay na nila ngayon, pwede na. Wala na. They don't even need to announce it. Pwede lang, iabot na lang kay 30, because 30 even in the first game started out strong for Ateneo, and every time he gets his rhythm going, he gets his confidence up, because the energy of 30 Ravenna is contagious. Even though he's the biggest guy out there, he's the strongest guy out there, he's the emotional leader of the Blue Eagles. And not only does he play offense, he brings his energy also to the defensive end. So I think it's the easiest decision that the that the committee will make, that 30 Ravenna will get his first, I think this is his first, right? His first finals MVP.
All right, we're going to have to go to a very brief break. This is still CNN Philippines breaking news. Ateneo winning its 10th title in the UAAP men's basketball finals. Be right back.
Welcome back to CNN Philippines. This is breaking news. Ateneo winning their back-to-back title in the UAAP, 99-81. And on the phone right now, we have a former Blue Eagle, Jet Nieto, former Blue Eagle.
A familiar name to our generation, because he was with the team that got that back-to-back
That's right, back in 1987.
87-88.
And he has his two sons, Matt and Mike, playing for Ateneo.
Wow,
good evening. Good evening to Jet. Congratulations. Jet Nieto on the line.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Jet, how is this? I remember having the Nieto twins here, and they were saying, lagi mo daw silang china-challenge dahil laging kang lamang sa kanila. That was the time na wala pa silang championship noon. Sabi, talunin yung record ko dahil ako nag-champion ako. But now, tinalo ka nila dahil dalawa na ang championship ng Nieto twins.
Yes, we're tied now. We're tied.
Oh, you're tied? Okay.
Yes, we're tied.
Back-to-back na din pala siya. Natalo din pala.
We're tired. I was just telling them to enjoy the game. Just telling them to enjoy, because time flies so fast. If you imagine, they're only on their fourth year. So one more year na lang. So I told them to enjoy.
Of course, this is another achievement for Ateneo, but more importantly for the Nieto family. How does this compare to all the championships, of course, with you winning for Ateneo back in the 80s, 87 and 88, and then yung Nieto twins nga in the juniors division also winning, and then now in the seniors division, Matt and Mike still delivering a championship. Nasa dugo ba ang championship ng Nieto?
Kasi sabi ko nga, we bleed blue, di ba? Sila, homegrown, homegrown. And then, siguro, their love for their school, That's the main reason why they are fighting with all their heart. That's it, no? So talagang puso lang. So luckily, they were able to achieve the back-to-back titles.
What did you tell the boys? What did you tell the Nieto twins? Especially, sabi nga ng iba, baka mahirapan yung Ateneo dito against UP with that huge crowd, the 6-man ng UP. What did you tell the Nieto twins, Matt and Mike, heading into the series? And then after that big game by Matt Nieto, 27 points in game 1. What did you tell your sons?
During the first half of the first game, I saw them, especially Matt was tight. I signaled to him just to smile. Kasi I told them, just enjoy the game. So right before they left this morning, biniling ko lang din sa kanila just to enjoy because it's your 4th year na. So you have 1 more year left. So talaga you have to enjoy every moment of it. And when you enjoy every moment of it, your game will come to you. You won't be looking for your game. It will come to you. And that would result in victory for your whole team.
Thank you, Tito Jet.
Mikey Reyes.
Tito Jet.
Hello?
Tito Jet, si Mikey Reyes po ito.
Mikey.
Naiilang talaga ako pag Tito Jet kayo.
Tito Jet na kasi talaga. But first off, Tito Jet, I just want to congratulate you, of course, for not only raising champions, pero raising men for others. Talagang they embody what it means to be an Atenean, itong dalawang anak mo po na si Matt and si Mike. Pero Tito Jet, I just want to ask you, like, how do you keep them as unselfish as they are? Because, you know, Matt is the ultimate or the prototype point guard. He doesn't need the spotlight. He will just deliver. He can go home, get a win, score 2 points. The next game, like last game, he scored 27 points. The same way with medium Mike. Na kita mo naman, it doesn't really matter to them yung individual accolades nila. It's just really winning. How do you keep them challenged, and what do you say to them para maging ganito yung attitude nila?
When they were small, when they were kids, no, I usually let them watch the games of the Northern Consolidated, Hector Calma.
Oh, yes, the director.
Matt, this is the best point guard ever. He shoots only when it is needed. If not, he will make his teammates look good. Siguro, pumasok sa mind. So that's why he's a pass first point guard before shooting.
I can see that, Tito Jet. Nasabi rin naman sa akin ng daddy ko, hindi ko lang sinunod. Pero Tito Jet, lastly, how do you challenge these guys na, kasi like what we said, they're used to championships. How do you keep pushing them? I mean, 1 more year next year, and then after that, maybe ang kulang na lang sa kanila is a championship in the pros. How do you keep them motivated and hungry for more?
How? Kasi last year, I was telling them, mas magaling pa rin ako.
That's enough motivation.
Alam mo to, Jet, Pio Ontiveros will agree with you. Kakampi mo si Pio Ontiveroson.
Ka-generation. Ay, they're a few years older si Jet.
Before the game ended, Mike signaled to me na 2 na daw. All na.
Isa pa, pakalampasan ka.
Para daw talunin daw nila ako.
Well, that's enough motivation. Tito Jet, thank you very much. And again, congratulations.
Jet, can I ask you, you're not only speaking as the father of your twin boys who played very well tonight, you're also speaking as an alumnus of Ateneo, like Mikey was saying earlier, no? The Ateneo sports values, very important, of course, to everybody who graduated from that university. How does it feel that your team won that back-to-back championship back in 87, 88, 89. At the time, for the Ateneo College community, that was such a big, huge thing because we didn't expect that, no? And talagang school pride talaga, Ateneo pride. And then of course, there were the championships in between and the 5-peat. And then now you have this back-to-back championship. You know, is this an emotional time for you? Describe it to us, yung feeling mo.
Yeah, syempre yung feeling, it's indescribable because when we were playing, it was pride. Pero this time, I saw how hard the kids fought, especially si Matt, di ba, na-fracture pa yung kamay niya. We kept it secret. for a couple of weeks, di ba? Tapos na nag-dengue pa silang dalawa.
Nagsabay pa yung dengue.
Yes, so medyo mahirap talaga this championship. Pero I saw in their eyes na sabi nila, Dad, laban kami, laban. Matt nga was telling me na, Dad, masakit na yung kamay ko ngayon. So siguro in coming weeks, baka mag-surgery na ulit yung kamay.
Wow.
He was paying through pain.
Are you in touch with your fellow players, your teammates
Yes.
of the 87 to 88? So what are they saying now? Who are you talking to now?
Jun Reyes is here now. He went,
Jun Reyes.
Yeah.
Yan yung mga naririnig ko kanina kay...
He just arrived yesterday. So he's in the game. So palagay ko reunion to at Kantsawan na together with...
Reunion, Kantsawan, iyakan.
Yes, so...
Laking
Kasi, you know, in Ateneo, kasi di ba brotherhood kasi even if you grow old, I was telling my kids nga, parang brothers niyo yung teammates niyan, you protect one another. So, pagtandaan nyo, ganyan pa rin kayo. Hindi kayo talaga maghihiwalay-hiwalay.
Kaya nga, Blue Eagle Band of Brothers. Again, Tito Jet, congratulations to you, to the Nieto family, to the Nieto twins. Thank you for taking our call. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Again, we just had Jet Nieto, the father of the Nieto twins, Matt and Mike, and also a former Ateneo Blue Eagle. He won a title for Ateneo back-to-back back in the 80s.
87, 88.
Now let's go back to the Araneta Coliseum. Our Pauline Verzosa is there. Pawi, tell us again the highlights of Game 2. We will get back to Pauline Verzosa later on. Mikey, talking to, of course, a proud father in Jet Nieto. At hindi lang proud father, it's a rare case to have brothers in the same team. Eto kambal, yung tatay, nag-back-to-back. So yung pressure, talk about that.
Oh, I mean, I don't know how that feels for the kids kasi, you know, I don't have a brother naman, but I think it's really yung kasi they grew up together. Obviously, di ba, kambal sila, they had the same room, they were in the same team since they were kids, and coming into college, medyo there were talks na maghihiwalay because a lot of set of brothers, naghihiwalay, papasok na sila, nagsama sila, and now they're just, I'm sure they're challenged with that challenge that pinakita sa kanila ng dad niya.
Again, let's go to the Big Dome, the Araneta Coliseum. Our Pauline Verzosa is there. Pawi, tell us again the highlights of Game 2 of the finals of the UAAP.
That's right, Jerry. The Ateneo Blue Eagles are still the kings of UAAP men's basketball after they've successfully defended their title. The UP Fighting Maroons to clinch their 10th championship title tonight in Game 2, 99-81 to sweep them in this final series. The Blue Eagles showed their championship form throughout the 40 minutes of the game, where they led by as many as 22 points in the fourth quarter. In period, the closest UP got was just 17 points, but with under a minute left, Ateneo just asserted their mastery over the Maroons as they cruised to the 18-point victory. Now tonight, 30 Urbana was just unstoppable as he faced Ateneo with 38 points on 30 of 18 shooting, the highest output in the finals in 15 years. He was also named the finals MVP after averaging 25.9 points per game, 8 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 5 steals per game. But tonight's game also marked the last for graduating players Anton Asisio, Paul Desiderio, Jarrell Diego Dario, and JJ Espinola. As for UP, it has still been a great season for them in season 81, especially after surviving 4 knockout games to end a 32-year final drought and to finally make it back. Right now, the awarding ceremony is happening here at the Araneta Coliseum as both teams are awarded for their respective finishes, as well as the Adams and Soaring Falcons to finish in 3rd place this season. All the updates here from Araneta. Back to you, Greg.
Thank you so much, Pauline Verzosa, there at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Again, final score 99-81. Ateneo defeating UP, sweeping UP in the finals of season 81. Mikey, before we wrap things up, 30 Ravenna, again, the finals MVP, 29.5 points in average in 2 games, 8 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and 2.5 blocks. What a season here, not just for 30 for Ateneo, but UAAP as a whole. Why don't you wrap things up here?
Well, unbelievable season 81. I'm sure the season lived up to the hype that everyone was expecting, or the excitement that was brewing even before the season. We all knew na madaming teams ang nakatingin sa Ateneo, and you know, props to everyone, props to all the storylines that happened. You have to say congratulations also to the UP Fighting Maroons for you know, the expectations na nilagay sa kanila, talagang inangat pa nila, and it's not going to be easy because next year they have a bullseye behind their back. Hindi na yan hindi na sila yung tipong kaya natin yan. Everyone will prepare for the UP Fighting Maroons, and everyone else, I'm sure everyone now off-season, everyone will prepare, everyone will put in the needed pieces na kailangan nila para makatapat ang Ateneo. But it was an unbelievable season. Congratulations to the Ateneo Blue Eagles and all the teams that competed here in season 81.
Mikey, thank you again for joining us here tonight. It was a fun discussion.
Right.
Of course, having Mikey Reyes, no, Pia?
Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you.
Thank you again. That was Sports Desk basketball analyst and former UP Fighting Maroon, Mikey Reyes. And that's it for us tonight. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Pia Ontiveros. This is CNN Philippines Breaking News. Thanks for watching. We are still in a UAAP high, celebrating not just victories, but that good old school spirit every basketball champion has. This is On the Record. I'm Pia Ontiveros. Joining us in this episode, Joseph Jet Nieto, a former Ateneo Blue Eagle who won the first back-to-back championships in 1987 and 1988, the very first ever for the Ateneo. And he is the father of twins, Matt and Mike, who just won another back-to-back for Ateneo. Later on the phone, joining us by phone, we'll have former Blue Eagle coach, now Fighting Maroons coach Bo Perasol, and former De La Salle Green archer Jeron Teng. But let's begin with Jet Nieto, or should I say Dr. Jet Nieto, an orthopedic surgeon.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Should I say Dr. Jet or Jet?
Jet.
Jet na lang, okay.
Fine.
Jet, what do you remember about Ateneo's first championship, first ever championship?
The first ever championship, we were new in the UAAP. You know, we were like babies in the new.
But that was like 9 years then.
Yes, but we haven't won a single title. So it was a big celebration in Ateneo because that's the first UAAP title.
But did you know that you were going to win, or this is like a surprise? This is the game against UE, di ba?
Yes. We were the underdogs, even though we were ranked #1, because UE had Jericho Diniera at that time, and they were really strong and had they're really strong.
Yeah.
So we were lucky. We were lucky to win that game.
At that time, you were in second year, third year college? Third year college. Okay. When you won that night, did you naiyak ka ba, or this was like a matter-of-fact thing, or?
We were so happy. So we didn't expect, and no one expected us to win. But then we got lucky, and we won.
Yeah. School spirit, school pride. Kasi NCAA, nananalo Ateneo before, no?
At that time, we played at Rizal Memorial. It was only 5,000, but almost 80% were Sea of Blue. So we were losing by 20 points at that time, last 10 minutes, and everybody stood up and cheering. And it was
and that's what propelled you?
Exactly.
Okay, okay. What is it about college basketball that makes us all fans? Many of us, ako, hindi naman ako expert, no? Pero I'm a fan, no? I watched the games when I was in college also. What is it about it?
Basketball in college is parang pure yung pure talaga yung basketball thing dyan. Kasi all the guys would give everything, all heart, just for the game. Kasi ano yan talagang school spirit. Yun ang pinaglalaban talaga. Especially Ateneo, La Salle. School spirit yan. No one wants to lose. No one wants to lose.
Who are your teammates then at the time?
For Ateneo, Jun Reyes, Danny Francisco, Alex Araneta, Nonoy Chotico, Jay Gayoso.
Eric Reyes ba?
Yes. Sep Canlas.
Olsen Racela?
Olsen Racela. Almost all were homegrown. I think we had the biggest number of homegrown talents.
Okay. So there was a time, kasi di ba 78 lumipat ang Ateneo from NCAA, no? Papuntang UAAP. There was a time na talagang walang nag-attend ng games, mga estudyante. I mean, of course, you weren't there at the time, no? But that was the history, right? And then it was only because of this championship na...
The people started coming in again when we started winning. Because, as I said, we were new in the UAAP.
Yeah.
Siguro nibago before kasi we had a championship run during the 70s, during the time of Fritz Gaston. They had a back-to-back going for a three-peat, and I think they lost against some Beda, if I'm correct. And after that, they transferred to the UAAP. That's a major adjustment kasi. NCAA before is mas sikat kesa sa UAAP. Unlike now, na sobrang hyped yung UAAP talaga.
Sobrang hyped, okay.
Yes.
But because Atenean students started going to the games, that's when we saw some real school spirit. And all of a sudden, our generation began to learn all the school cheers by heart, right?
Exactly.
Halikinu, the Fabilio, the Blue Eagles spelling.
And they had cheer rallies before, and before the championship, before the tournament started. We had a cheer rally for all the students just to learn the cheers.
Just to learn the cheers. And yet these cheers were made decades ago, no?
I think with Senator Raul Manglapos.
Raul Manglapos, he composed Blue Eagle the King, right? As a matter of fact, they came out, I don't know exactly who did this, but there is this song in Yell Book, I'm a rat pack kasi, so I have this, and they distributed this, and I think this was around 87, 88 when you won the championship, no? And then everybody was asked to learn, relearn, and memorize as much as possible. But yeah, go ahead.
And during that time, Senator Gordon and Senator Raul Manglapos were cheering during the halftime.
Sila yung halftime entertainment.
And we had a live eagle at that time.
Okay. Well, for those of us watching the stands, we weren't playing. Talagang yung your hair would stand on end. Talagang yung balahimon mo. But what was it like for the players? Kasi syempre you're concentrated on the game, di ba?
Yes.
But you can hear it, right? The Ateneans cheering for you. What was it like?
During our time, and same pa rin naman time ngayon ng mga kids, we were taught na to block out any noise just to concentrate in the game. We would be hearing each other only.
Really?
We can't hear the crowd. We can't hear the crowd.
How's that?
During the time of Fritz Gaston, he devised some weird plan na during practices, we had several karaokes.
Tapos blasting music.
Blasting music.
Tapos?
At the start, we can hear it. We were dancing, we were kidding around. Pero nung nasanay kami, we can't hear the music anymore.
Talaga?
Yes, we were just concentrating.
So you can't hear anymore the Halikinu and the Eagle spelling. You can't hear the fans cheering. But you can hear each other?
Yes, and you can see the fans standing up, clapping, but you can't hear the noise.
Wow. Mind over matter.
Yes,
Talagang concentration.
Concentration.
Wow.
Kasi once na you would be hearing the audiences, the fans, your focus is out. So it's very important to focus on the game.
Yeah, and I guess that's what it's like also for your two sons. But we'll talk about them in just a bit. And before we talk more to Jet Nieto, who's here with us in the studio, we have Coach Bo Perasol of the UP Fighting Maroons. Coach Bo, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Hello, Miss Pia. Good evening, and good evening also to Doc Jet, and congratulations. Is Jerome there?
No, he's not, sir. He's going to be joining us by phone later.
Okay.
Well, yes. Well, Coach Bo, before anything else, this is the... you played for UP back in the early 90s, correct?
Right.
Yeah, so this was your, your attempt at, your attempt at the championship and a successful attempt to enter the Final Four, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. But can we go back first to your time as a player? What was it like for you in the early 90s playing for UP? A while ago, nag-uusap kami ni Jet Nieto here about what it was like, when you have the fans cheering in the stands, no? And sabi ko nga kami while we're watching, kasi ako, Atenista ako, we're cheering and that's what we hear, no? But Jet was saying that they don't hear the cheering. They're able to block that out. Is that what it's like?
Well, nung panahon ko kasi, medyo nag-umpisa na yung pagkatalunan ng UP, no? So, we would have liked every cheer to be heard by us. No? So, kasi napaka-limited naman ng nanonood sa amin. Kaya ang biroan namin when we were playing was ang nanonood lang sa amin were our parents, girlfriends, friends from the dorm. So sa amin, it wasn't a factor at all. No? We were not major contenders at that time.
Well, ganun din naman ang Ateneo before. Nung hindi pa nananalo, walang nanonood. But, Coach Bo, I wanted to ask you also, what was the, for Game 1, and lalo na kahapon yung Game 2, no? What was the atmosphere like last night, and compare it to when you were playing?
Ay nako, napakalayo, Miss Pia. Very extreme yun. No? Itong naranasan ng UP men's basketball team itong season na to is something that we really have to treasure. No? Napakaganda ng reception ng alumni and all of that. They came in by throngs and lahat sila. Naandyan lahat. In fact, mga batch mo na hindi mo nakikita mo. Well, probably because siguro they saw that they could cheer for a team that has a chance. And when you go back, napakatagal rin naman yung 32 years.
Right.
Paghihintay. Itong 32 years na to, hindi ito yung 4th place ka, 3rd place ka. Hindi, perennial sa dueler. So, yan yung naging siguro na naging meet sa kung bakit na napakarami sa kanila.
So, yeah, they were cheering for hope, I guess, no? Hope that you could be champions. There was that real chance for that. At the same time, siguro itong 32 years, parang Advent, ano? Di ba? Naghihintay tayo lahat. Advent, tama-tama, malapit ng Pasko, di ba? So, naghihintay lang talaga ang mga UP fans waiting for that possibility. And that there was that possibility yesterday, right?
Well, it was very clear, who was the better team. We lost to a better team in the Ateneo, but again, as I told the team, it wasn't in our plans to be in the finals in the first place. Ang nasa isip talaga namin noon sumampa kami ng Final Four. Napakagandang regalo na for us, just to prepare ourselves for next season. But then again, we were blessed to have the opportunity to play in the finals, and we hope, and I hope that we gave the Ateneo team a worth for their money also.
Well, yeah, you did. You gave them a very good fight. But Coach Boy, I wanted to ask you also, you've upped expectations, and now the expectation is next year you're going to gun for the championship, right? I mean, kasi syempre yung mga UP fans, ang UP alumni, parang, well, okay, so runner-up tayo ngayon, next year kailangan champion na.
Yeah, tama yan. Hindi mo naman pwede matakasan talaga yung mga expectations ng alumni, ng mga fans mo. Kasi katulad yan, we started with 5 wins. Last season, we were 6 wins. I was telling them, ano pa ba naman yung susunod sa 6, kundi probably a chance to be in the Final Four. And then when you were able to enter the finals, and then you lost in the finals, they're going to say, hey, we can probably go up against it to the finals and probably win it. But these are just going to be talks, because lahat naman yan malakas, lumalakas, minsan may nag-graduate. So ang program ng basketball naman hindi lang nadadaan kasi sa kwentuhan lahat tulad ng Ateneo basketball program. Napakaganda ng programa nila na kahit sinong gumagraduate, meron talagang sumusunod.
And speaking of graduating, there are four of your players are graduating, right? Led by five. No, led by your captain, Paul Desiderio. He seems to have been a very crucial, critical figure. Para bang nag-rally around him yung not just the team but the school, the community, the alumni of UP. Am I correct?
Well, probably because it happened last season. Last season it happened because there was a time that we were down, and he claimed that he's going to take the shot, and he claimed that this game is ours. Atin made the shot. So, I mean, if you ask me, I told him it's just braggadocio on his part, but pinanindigan niya itira niya and na-shoot niya, and pinanindigan niya rin itong season na to. In fact, he struggled in the first round, but he was able to bounce back in the second round and led us into the Final Four. And well, sa finals also.
Coach Bo Perasol, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and thank you for yesterday for that very good game. Salamat po, sir. We will continue this discussion right after the break. This is On the Record. Welcome back to On the Record. Still with us, former basketball champ, Ateneo Blue Eagle, Jet Nieto, also a father to twin basketball champs, Matt and Mike. Jet, thank you again for joining us. Kanina pinag-usapan natin yung mga school cheers, no? But more than the cheers, it is our school song,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
You can still remember it, right?
Yes, because every game, after the game, you'll be singing it.
Okay. What is the most moving part of the song for you?
Yung Down from the Hill.
Talaga? Do you ever cry? Or you're not an emotional guy?
No, usually after, especially after we won against LaSalle. Then for the kids, that's for the kids. I was a father last year. Some tears fell.
Okay. Do you still feel nostalgic about the past? And then, kasi syempre, you're also very much part of the present because of your boys. But do you feel very nostalgic about the past?
When we have some reunions with my former teammates, we talk about the things in the past. But hindi masyado.
Hindi masyado. Okay. So, but you still see each other?
Once or twice a year, yeah, we see each other.
Okay. Do you still play basketball together, or you
No,
don't attempt anymore? Hindi na. Bakit?
I'm retired na.
Retired na. No, I mean just for fun. Yung kayo-kayo lang. Shoot
Kasi,
a few hoops, no?
For me kasi as a father, I'm quite busy sa mga kids eh. They have a lot of activities. I usually go with them. So wala na masyadong time para doon sa ano eh.
Okay. So just a little bit of a review, no? So ever since the first back-to-back, 87, 88, 88, 89, tapos yun ba yung tinatawag na dark years or hindi pa?
In the 90s eh.
90s, ano, wala eh. Kasi the next one was
2002.
2002.
Yes.
Okay, and then 2002, tapos hanggang 2008, wala.
Yes, wala na naman.
Okay.
Tapos
biglang nag-5-peat.
Yes.
And what were you thinking at that time?
The 5-peat kasi, no, the team was really strong. There were a lot of recruits coming in. The 2002, I think, had homegrown talents like Enrico Villanueva, Larry Fonasher. Yung 5-peat, maraming recruits coming from other schools. Yan eh.
Okay.
Kaya talaga malakas. We had Greg Slaughter pa coming in to the latter part of the 5-peat. Meron pang Greg Slaughter.
Okay. And that record has never been broken by any other school,
it would be very hard.
Yeah, okay.
It would be very hard.
Although last night, when the Blue Eagles won last night's game, ang iniisip ng tao, dapat talunin nila yung 5-peat. Kaya ba?
Pwede siguro, but then the five players from this current batch would be having their last year next year. So another group siguro na papasok. Hopefully, they could continue it. If we win next year, that's the premise.
Okay. Although, ganun, kanina sabi ko kay Coach Bo, syempre expectation ng UP community, UP alumni, mananalo sila next year or at least mag-Final Four.
And I think they're stronger kasi Richie Rivero and Kobe Paras would be entering their lineup next year.
Okay. But of course, Jet, you weren't just a player. You also, let's remind everybody, you were also students, no? And
yes.
You were not given special treatment, right?
No. And with Ateneo, we have a QPI.
Quality Point Index,
yes.
Right? Okay. So kapag bagsak ka doon,
you're out.
Out of not just the school, but syempre.
You're out of the team and you're out of the school.
Out of the school, okay. And then it's interesting, kanina pinatanong ko nga sa guest coordinator namin, sa producer, si Majono, to ask you, ano nga ba yung course mo? Ito sabi nga niya, BS Bio. Oh my goodness. Ang hirap nun, pre-med.
Yes.
And you finished it in 4 years and you were still playing basketball, you were training. How did you do that?
It helped eh. It helped in my med school kasi I'm used to getting tired and then studying. Kasi after 3 hours of practice, I'll go home and study. So I went to med school. It was easy. Kasi even when I'm tired, I could study. So it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot.
All right. We'll have to take another last final short break. Jet Nieto still here with us, former Ateneo Blue Eagle. This is On the Record. Stay tuned. This is On the Record. We're talking about what basketball champions are made of with Jet Nieto, a former player of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. They won the first back-to-back championship for the Ateneo de Manila back in 87 to 88, 88 to 89. Jet, you're the only player of your generation that has the distinction of having not just one, but two sons playing in this back-to-back championship, right?
Yes, yeah, correct.
Okay. And itong si Matt and Mike, sila na yung parang pangalawa, no? You have your eldest is a girl, a daughter, who is in varsity
badminton.
Badminton,
before, yes.
No? And then you have a youngest now.
Yes, now he's playing now. He's in grade 8 junior high school.
Junior high school,
yes.
Playing basketball.
Yes.
Predictably. So ito si Matt and Mike, when they were born, paglabas ba nila, naisip mo ba na pagba-basketball kung tong dalawang to?
Before pa, nung nag-ultrasound, we saw now yung isang boy, sabi ko kaagad sa wife ko, you watch an NBA, every day mag-NBA games ka naman watch. You watch Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley kako. Para mahawa nila yan.
Talaga. So dun sila na hindi dahil ikaw ang ama. What do you think is the secret, di ba? Is this minamana ba ang skill sa playing basketball? What is it?
The secret I think is meron talent yung kid. But yung support of the parents is very important. No? You go to the practices, you go to the games, makikita nila yung support. I saw that firsthand when my dad and my lolo
would accompany you.
Yes, exactly. My lolo accompanied every practice, single practice, he would pick me up in the Blue Eagle gym every night. So
Okay,
malaking bagay.
It encouraged you.
Yes, exactly.
So, pero yung skill na yun, kasi like for example, si Matt, yung one of your twins, 27 points in game 1. 27 points, ang laki nun.
I just told them to enjoy the game, and the game will come to you.
Okay.
That's the only lesson. That's the only...
Siya ba yung nagka-dengue o si Mike?
Both of them.
Both, sabay ba?
Sabay.
Dengue, Diyos ko.
Yeah.
Si Mike naman, what is he like as a player?
Mike had to transform from a center now to a guard. So, dahan-dahan pa siya, dahan-dahan pa. Sabi ko, your time will come. Basta tiyaga-tiyaga. Sobrang tiyaga kasi si Mike, sobrang tiyaga.
Do you agree our children are always a better version of ourselves?
That's the wish of every parent, di ba? Na yung kid mo would be better than you. Yeah, that's the wish.
Okay, and a final word, what is the secret to a championship?
It's usually hard work. Hard work lang talaga, and discipline. Self-discipline. Kasi if you have hard work and discipline, I think all would follow.
Jet Nieto, a former Ateneo Blue Eagle champion and a father to two present Ateneo Blue Eagle champions. Maraming salamat. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And congratulations, of course,
Thank
to
you
and your two sons. That is On the Record this week. I'm Pia Ontiveros. Thank you for watching.